set number 2, Anarchy back at it again. Charan's buffer has completely dissipated. If there's a time to play, it's now. Grand Finals reset right now.
And if there's anything to say on the part of Charan, like, they absolutely showed off a ton of adaptations in that game 3. Like, hopefully not enough that they've completely cashed out, but like, they're getting used to the Greninja matchup. One of the worst things about Greninja is that when you're in this blender, it sucks. But getting hit by some of Greninja's like premier starters can sometimes be a lot harder if you make it hard for them. But Anarchy is just at whim finding these openers and finding these setups. And even when you're past a lot of like the dash attack combo percents and whatnot, that's when the spacing with forward air and those timing mix-ups you were mentioning earlier, Laird, were just so perfect.
Oh my gosh, and he's only just now been touched, nearly 45 seconds into the match. And yeah, again, a 0 to death to start us off here too. Again, Anarchy is right now, so, you know, game 1 and 2, Anarchy, you're kind of saying, okay, you know, he's kind of just hitting you whenever he wants to, you know, he's setting up into it, okay, I can play around that. But he's completely changed how he's playing. Now he's hitting you and putting you in situations where you just have to guess, and if you guess wrong, he can hit you. And sometimes when you guess right, he's still in a proper position that he can punish you afterwards.
I like that forward air from Ledge, though. Charan never letting things get, like, never seeming to let things get to him mentally, despite how far down he is. He's been 3-stocked in the last set, and now in this set, it looks like it's heading towards at least a 2-stock, if not more, depending on the tricks that Anarchy is able to pull out of his hat. But there's never any doubt when it comes to Charan. It's always like he's sticking to the plan, like sticking to what he knows he can do on a recovery without a hitbox. That's when he goes for that's when they go for arm rotor. The down smash, unfortunately, coming in and closing out the stock, and Charan, they find themselves once again down 3 stocks to 1 in a game 1 of this Grand Finals. But it's reset this time.
Yeah, and you know, they're doing a good job of sticking out. Again, game 1 of set 1 was over at this point, and Charan's been able to do a lot more damage, but again, I think they're just really struggling with some of the bigger nuances of this matchup, and Anarchy's just consistently changing up the game plan routinely. They are a supercomputer that keeps changing. However, Charan's got some tricks of their own. Goes for that angle down laser, bounces right up to catch Anarchy sleeping, and that will be taking the first stock, and now they're starting to swing a little bit.
That's what you can do when you have like an aggressive movement character, right? Like, okay, you're going to be doing a lot of mobility options, a lot of running around. All I have to do then is put out quick and or meaty hitboxes to try and circumvent that. At least it's a seedling in Charan's mind heading into game number 2 of this reset, as game number 1 handily goes in the favor of Anarchy. Like, instead of trying to play the raw ground game and the raw keep out game with gyro and down tilt, maybe you start swinging a whole lot more fairs and start introducing some more of those short hop neutral airs that you mentioned earlier, Laird, but mix those in with some more like raw coverage, whether it be with retreating back airs or something of the like, to keep the mobility down on the part of Anarchy, so that way instead of moving to mix up, he's moving to work around what Charan is throwing around, and that can just create enough of a buffer to at least give Charan time to think.
Yeah, it's just really hard for Rob to contain Greninja, and it's just because of how high he jumps. You know, his movement speed on the ground is one thing, but the fact that he has so much he has so much aerial movement speed as well is just really hard for Rob to cover entirely. Again, on the ground he's doing fine. You know, Charan highlighting them is really been crucial. It's just the fact that they can't quite pin Greninja on the ground consistently.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a top 3 jump height in the game, you're feeling pretty good at your ability to ascend consistently. Not even top 3, top 2 jump height, only below Falco. And that is, I mean, it speaks for itself with just how quickly Anarchy can get to you and get in your face and get into the air where a lot of these mix-ups and a lot of these win conditions can be achieved. Though we are at a very even state of this game number 2. Oh man, those are the type of jump heights that'll get you out. Many other characters, their jump height does not reach that high. They get caught by that up smash. Greninja able to escape the up smash, but not able to escape the back air that closes out stock number 1. And Charan, once again, satisfied with establishing a lead in this game number 2.
Yeah, and right now, they're not letting themselves get called out by any of these crazy options that we generally like to see Anarchy going for. These down tilts, they're getting shielded. These forward airs, they're getting shielded or avoided until I just happen to say something with my fat mouth. But for the most part, I mean, that's what's been giving Charan their opportunity to contain this lead and extend it. Now Anarchy's back on the ground and has Charan pinned in the corner, but Charan's just going to come out with another short landing neutral air.
I would like to see Charan almost try to give Anarchy a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. Great text, by the way, on some of these drag downs. As I say something.
Same. Miss 2.
Yeah, like, just say what
cursing Charan way too much.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry, boss. But one of the best things about trying to catch in this kind of instance is that while Greninja's jump height is insane to escape options, the jump duration, the fall speed, those are type of things where you can start trying to catch, because Greninja sticks a whole lot longer in the air, particularly if he's using his double jump. I feel like Charan might be pulling. They're pulling the trigger a little bit too soon and trying to find up airs, or trying to find back airs or up smashes in the case. And Anarchy's able to maneuver around because Charan's picking the option too quickly instead of just waiting that extra half a beat.
Yeah, and that extra half a beat is so important, because if they wait that, then Anarchy might not see it coming in time to avoid it. But I feel like Charan, like you were saying, is giving way too much notice about their intentions.
For sure, and it's really starting to snowball here in this game number 2. That's what was so even. Okay, I'm gonna say that was a missed dash instead of just misjudging the spacing, but the arm rotor comes in clutch there, able to get us at the very least to a last stock situation. Charan, if you're gonna rob this game, you're going to need a gyro in hand.
Yeah, that's kind of important, but hang on. These down tilts, frame 3, they are getting these trips out too. However, stage is firmly in the back pocket of Anarchy right now, trying to throw out that gyro, trying to catch something here. Keeping around, both players are just rolling towards center. It will be Anarchy winning out first with that forward air. The ledge pressure alive, the gyro's going to dissipate. All right, there's the Nair. Not going to get anything more. This is max rage on the Rob, too. Keep that in mind. The smash attack will not connect. Good shield. Forward air comes out. Not going to kill just yet. Laser's going to come out, clip Anarchy's wings a little bit as they're going for it. There's the ledge trump again, and that is going to be good for another game. 2-0 in favor of Anarchy in the second set.
These ledge trump back airs are just such a perfect silver bullet for Anarchy to have. Like, one in the left holster, one in the right. Pulling out for game number 2, game number 3 rather, in the first set, game number 2 in the second set, just when Charan rather is starting to really get some groove going, starting to hit some of these ground conversions, like down tilt dash attack forward air, getting some ground combos. The damage is starting to rack up, but gets put on ledge and gets put into a ledge trump situation. That's a really, really tough thing to react to, especially with how fast Anarchy has been playing. And just one step ahead of all of these Yomi levels that gets so hard to manage throughout now 5 games.
Yeah. Going on 6 with this one, and this could be the final game of the East Coast part of this tournament, chat. Anarchy 1 game off of victory before we head over to the West Coast. Or Charan could make a miraculous reverse 3-0 comeback right now, and they seem to be on pretty good pace to do so at this moment.
Definitely working on it, but the down tilt dash attack, finding one up air, but missing the drag down. It looked like that's what the Anarchy was going for. Yet you just flow one combo into the next. Greninja, not necessarily the character I would say every that connects. The IDJ up air off of that down throw was so good from Charan, anticipating the early mash out and respecting the jump height from Greninja and the double jump height as well. Very nice stuff from Charan. Absolutely signs of life throughout many of this set, and really showing it off here in this game number 6.
Something else that's really important to notice there is that ordinarily, whenever you see opponents instantly mash out of your berry like that, you go for your fast up tilt, which confirms into your up air. But no, Charan was like, okay, Anarchy's not going to expect me to just immediately go for the up air. And, you know, we're on a platform. This might kill. And it did. And that was just really good recognition on their part. Really good tech, though, from Anarchy off of that up air below the stage. And Anarchy's starting to get a little bit lazy right now. Their movement seems somewhat stifled of late. It's going to be the up throw. It will not take stock just yet, but the up air should do the trick. All right, they can find their way back into this.
Yeah, damage has been no issue when it comes to Anarchy. Like, they have found many very long combos, particularly off of Nair dash attack, but good positioning in the corner and good DI from Charan to DI off stage to try and avoid as much damage as possible, okay? And again, doing it there. Just an up air after the dash attack instead of a second up air or drag down. Nope, you're ending your combo early because you've just got no space to move. A luxury that you can attain when you have the lead.
So I know exactly what Anarchy is looking for right now, but they haven't had the opportunity to get it, and there's a down tilt, which was not teched into that down smash, which is going to take that stock away. Really good DI on that up tilt to avoid the follow-up up air. I believe Anarchy was expecting Charan to go a little bit further forward than they actually did. However, they're going to claw their way back into this. Quite a lot of damage. Look for the F smash off of that Nair. It might have connected. However, it didn't quite do so. It didn't take that stock away just yet. Charan fighting their way back on stage. However, hasn't gotten any extra credit yet on Anarchy's last stock.
A couple early spot dodges here from Charan has been really unfortunate landing. So again, the mix-up the game from Anarchy has been really good, including just letting it rip. A mix-up we have not really seen from a forward smash after landing a move on block, but when you're safe enough and spaced well enough, that's when that can come through, and getting the double up tilt as well. Trying to find a reset, the cross-up. Oh, it's all coming together here in this last stock. Anarchy can smell the victory.
Yeah, and you know, I haven't been seeing Anarchy go for their drag downs this entire game, but something that's worth mentioning is that they know whenever Charan is able to hit that tech window that they're going to DI in. Like, look. Oh, well, never mind. They didn't actually hit the tech, so it doesn't matter. But when on those drag downs, whenever they hit the tech, they've been tech rolling in, and Anarchy's been punishing that very consistently, and that just goes to show the multifaceted level of gameplay that he brings to the table.
Good tech on the platform, though, for Charan. Never giving up so easily. Trying to find this Nair. Does so. The coverage. Looking for back air, but a good high recovery from Anarchy just to take the lesser of two evils when it comes to it.
Oh, that could be it. Oh, man. They could have gone for the true combo with those down tilt with the gyro hanging out there. Didn't go for the full send, though. I think Charan just wanted their guaranteed damage on that grab.
That's such a tough decision to make in the heat of the moment. Do you take the guaranteed damage on a character that's hard to hit, or do you try to find the closing stock, even if it means taking a risk? The forward air doesn't do it. 150, 8.8% off of max rage, and plenty of damage to go with it, but the forward air spaced to perfection, spacing around a Rob jump out of shield forward air, and Anarchy sweeps from the loser side in 3-0-3-0 fashion over Charan.